It is a little before 7 o'clock here. This is Zone 10B, Southern California. So came outside to enjoy a little peace and quiet this morning before it gets busy. I have a lot of stuff that I have to do later on today, so wanted to come out here and make my garden rounds. Uh-oh, let me make sure I have the Wi-Fi off. So I wanted to make sure, y'all, so it wouldn't start buffering. Have to do my morning routine, open up the chicken house, so I'm getting ready to do that. Get them going for the morning. I came out here and dropped some more peppers the other day. So I have more peppers that I have to plant. The shishito peppers that I had in that 25-gallon container, I went ahead and pulled those already. So I do have some more that I have to plant. They're just transplants, though. I didn't start those from seed because this is already fall. And I was a little late on dropping pepper seeds. You know, peppers take a minute to come up. So I just picked up some transplants so I can get some more peppers before it starts getting cold. You guys can hear me okay? Jamia, how are you? What is going on? It was such a busy day yesterday. I am still tired. So last week, I think I only got to go live like a couple of times last week because I was preparing for my aunt and uncle's 40th anniversary. So, I had to get myself together, y'all. So I was preparing for that, and they had renewed their vows. It was so beautiful. I did some clips and stuff, but I have to ask if it's okay to post it. So, Minnie and Andy, hello there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So, yeah, it was a beautiful day yesterday. So, those are the peppers that I got started in that little terracotta container there. Oh, your mom just got taken to the hospital. Oh, I'm really, really sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that. I hope that she will be okay. I will definitely be praying for her. I will definitely be keeping her in my prayers. Hey, Miss Cece, how are you? So all of those beans that I had in that little container, I ended up planting those around those new peppers that I put out. And then I also popped some in here. I know y'all said it wasn't enough um, room in here, but listen, I'll be trying to maximize all my space. So, bush beans, they don't need a lot of space. They gonna be all right. So I popped some like in between, um, because it's a lot of space back there. So I just popped a few in there. It's still some that have not come up. I'm doing okay, Minnie. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you. So it's still a couple in here that are really small. And so I'm just waiting for those to come up. I had dropped like 13 seeds. You got your flight booked for December? Okay, okay. Just let me know, because I know I have a grand being born around that time. December is usually really busy, so let me know when you are in the area. And this is where I put the rest of the beans. So I popped them around these new plants. So what I did was I went to, where did I go? I went to Home Depot, and they had those containers where it was three in the container, so I thought that was a good deal. Three plants in one container for like $5, and I was like, okay, cool. So I picked that up and I put some of those beans around these as well. I was going to get some garlic. Okay, I was making sure there wasn't no insects on those leaves. I think I tore those by accident, like this one when I was planting it. So I just kind of pulled those apart and let's see. Okay. All right, so I was trying to read the comments, but I couldn't really make out what they were trying to convey. So, but anyway, hey, Miss Destiny, these peppers seem to be doing so good. Now, initially they were not, but these are those purple bells, and they are just getting bigger and bigger by the day. So I'm always happy about peppers because I use a lot of peppers. What's my favorite food? I don't really have a favorite food. I'm one of those people that uh how do you say it? Eat to live, not live to eat. So I don't really have a favorite food. I could pretty much eat anything. I don't eat meat or anything, so pretty much anything I'm gonna eat is gonna be veggies and stuff like that. So thank you, Miss Destiny. I appreciate you. Close that up. So this is where I'm gonna put the new peppers. I came out here and got this bed ready last night. It's actually half of a 50-gallon drum. So I covered it back up because I didn't want insects in my soil. And plus I was hosing this thing off, this netted contraption, just in case there were any insects on it as well. And I wanted it to dry out. And I was going to plant my peppers, but I didn't want water running over them off of that net. So, because it was kind of chilly last night. I had put more nutrients in here, added more soil, and watered it in really good. And have a couple of more containers. So your soda pop. That is awesome. See, I don't drink soda. I usually only I drink water, but I don't really drink soda and juice and stuff like that. So you're learning to eat to live. I hear you, Cece. It's hard, because it's a lot of tasty treats out there. Hey, Chris, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. These are my new babies. So these are the new babies. I saw a couple of holes on these leaves and I was like, oh no, but I didn't see any insects on them. So some of those leaves, I pulled them off. I just pruned them right on off. And this one was pretty dry yesterday, but I didn't want to water it because I had it in my shed and I didn't want to put all that water on there and have it drooping. But I have some stuff to do later, so I said I better get out here in the morning. Okay. Alrighty. Says Soda Pop is a song. Okay, okay. I thought you were saying that's your favorite. Okay. Now I have a whole lot of favorite songs now. I pretty much listen to everything. I can listen to rap, jazz, gospel, uh, trap music. I can listen to all the things. Pop. So I love all music. I'm letting my chickens out now because Miss Blanche is over here showing out because she can hear me outside. So she thinks she's supposed to be out if I'm out. So let me open up their house. I noticed they're starting to come out a little bit earlier because the days are shorter now. So it gets dark a little bit earlier. And there's also another project that we're going to be working on. Hey, Odoms. So I'll show you the project really quick. Hey, Shiki, what's going on? Look, before I even get to those plants, because I know I'll forget. So guess what the new project is? A new vehicle. Look, we love projects, y'all. We love, love, love projects. So it is a 47 Chevy, and y'all see that is a project and a half. So took the bed off of it last night. So we're going to start working on the front and rear suspension, the rear housing unit. So that's the new one right there. Um, so that's what's going to get worked on first, and then we will figure out the rest. But y'all see this girl is wide. She over here big backing, y'all. That's a wide girl right there. But we love our old vehicles. 1990 Ninja Turtles movie. And I like the rusted look, so we'll probably keep it that way. What is it called? Patina. So probably just clear it and leave it just like that. Sand some of it off so we can get back to the color. I think under there you see it's kind of red, so get some of that color. But on the bed it's kind of green, so we want to keep some of that color as well. But yeah, so I'm going to be really involved in this project here, and I will actually be working on this truck also because I want to know where this and that goes. So yeah, normally the old man would do all this himself, but this is going to be a collaborative project, and we're going to be under that truck, in that truck, on top of that truck together. So watch Soda Pop. I will like it. Okay, I have to check it out. Look, I know one of these shows that my granddaughter has me watching all the time. What is it, K-pop? I'm like, Lord, if I have to watch another K-pop. Oh, it's nice for a lot of dog stuff. Okay, okay. I am good. I don't really celebrate Halloween, Chris. I probably did a lot more of it when the kids were little, and that was basically, taking them taking them to church to, they would give out candy at church and they would have a little event at church for the kids and stuff like that. But I don't really celebrate Halloween. I never really have. I don't even turn my porch light on to give out candy and stuff like that because it's just so many weirdos nowadays, and I always think about that kind of stuff. So that's right. Lettuce, tomatoes, herbs. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Miss Destiny. Yes, yes, yes. Grow things you eat. Definitely. Definitely. Now, I love gardening, so I will try anything as far as, growing stuff. But I definitely will do more of the things that I just love to grow. Love to eat, rather. Okay, let me turn you guys this way. That way I can see the comments. If I leave it the other way, then I won't be able to see. All right, there we go. So I'm just gonna start potting up these peppers. So these are just some sweet bells. Hopefully you guys can see. You know, usually when you're doing vertical, it's kind of hard to angle the camera just right. But these are just some bells. I'm not gonna even top these off. Normally I would top them off, take off that top where you have your flowers and stuff. I normally would do that just so that they would bush out more, but I'm not because it is fall and I probably don't have enough time before it gets cold and they stop producing. So these are just your standard sweet bell pepper, both of them. And the other three that I planted are the same, and these are from Burpee. And I actually like, they have some good quality transplants. So usually I will get theirs. So these will be planted kind of close together, but they gonna be all right. So I put some bone meal in here and I put some of my famous Dr. Earth in here, and I'll probably give them another good water. It's supposed to be like, it says 79, but usually when they say 79 here, yeah, it's usually a little warmer. So, and it gets a lot of sun over here. So I am going to give them another good water with some 511. So it's not root bound or anything. The roots are pretty loose and the soil is pretty loose. So there are 3 plants here. So I'm just gonna gently pull these apart and they should do just fine. The other ones that I did, they did just fine. None of them fell over. Although I did those in the evening time. So they had all night to sit. But I have stuff to do. I don't think it's going to be all that hot, but you just never know. This is California. And then I'm going to prune some of these leaves from the bottom too. So get these leaves off. And I'm just going to drop that baby in there. And they have time to grow. They should have a good amount of time though. Because our what they consider to be our last frost date. Hey, Rooted, I have not seen you in a minute. I know you've been working a lot, and then I end up missing your live. So usually I will come over, or your videos. I'll come over and run your videos and hit the like button. I'm just like, man, I've been missing my Rooted. Because I usually would at least catch you like on your lunch breaks and stuff, but I know you're working, back working and stuff now. So I'm just over here planting up some peppers. I appreciate you guys all being here and hanging out with me. I will definitely, I think I have a couple of steaks that I have available right now. But before they get nice and big, I will go get some more steaks. I was at the store and forgot. I know you've been busy. I figured, I said, I have not seen Rooted, and I know you were going live like every day. So I said, well, he'll get back to it. I've been trying to go live more, Rooted. So I've been trying to at least go live like a few times a week. And this past week I was getting ready for my aunt and uncle's 40th anniversary. And so I think I only went live like twice. So I said I'm going to get up and go live this morning. So let's see. I appreciate you as well, Rooted. And everybody, if you want to drop your channel link, please type KAY and it will drop your channel link. Some of these that are a little bit taller, I will definitely get those staked up, even if I have to find me a little branch in the yard somewhere. So I have one more container here. This one has 3 in it as well. And I'm going to get those going also. So I think it's plenty of room in here. I'm just going to plant these kind of around the edge. That gives them more space. And then I'll just pop some beans or some garlic in the middle or something. See, I thought this soil was all super moist, and I gave it a good water last night. Some of it is still dry, so yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give this another good water. But having my peppers covered the whole time really helped them out because I don't need that label in there. I didn't really get any insects on my peppers that were in here. Those were the shishito peppers, and they were really good peppers too. Those are sweet peppers, not hot, just like these. So just pruning off those lower leaves. So these already have like a few flowers on them, so I'm just going to let them continue. And then I'm just going to make sure that I harvest them when they need to be harvested. Because when you leave stuff on the plant too long, especially stuff like peppers, that's basically telling the plant that it's done. So you want to harvest when you have to harvest. And my shishito peppers, sometimes I would be a little bit slow to harvest, so they were done, y'all. But I did get a lot of peppers off those plants, so I can't complain at all. So pull these last couple apart without damaging all the roots. That's what I like about their soil too. It's like they use a lot of peat or cocoa, and it's just kind of loose so it doesn't, you're not tearing all your roots up. I've gotten plants other places before where I'm trying to get them apart and you can't get them apart because all the roots are all tangled up together. But pretty much if I catch burpee plants and they have multiple plants, I'm able to just pull them apart. All right, we're going to get that last one in there. And then David Corey reminded me the other day that I did not um, plant my garlic. So I'm going to start working on my garlic probably this week. I may go get a couple of bulbs just to drop in this container here. Drop those in the middle. All right, well, got these babies all planted in. So I'm happy I got something done this morning. All right, so they are all planted, you guys. Thank you, Miss Destiny. So I'm probably gonna go inside and grab a bulb and just start pulling those cloves apart and drop some of those in between and in all this space that I have in the middle. I'm keeping my little containers there. I do have these little window boxes too that I could get some garlic started in there. I had to prune up. Let me turn you guys around. Oh, there we go. I had to prune up this grapevine a little bit because it was just drowning out my poor collards over here. And you see I had to dust those with some diatomaceous earth because those caterpillar worms were kicking their butt. So I dusted those a little bit more yesterday. So hopefully that helps. And then I pruned up the grapevine because it was just covering this whole area here. But the kale is looking really good. I dusted them anyway since they're close to those collards, but they're looking pretty good. I only have one pomegranate left, y'all. So I was like, darn it. My palms kept falling off, but this one is staying. So look, so I'm happy that one is staying. We'll see what happens next spring. I was so mad. I think it was because I didn't have it attached to that trellis, so it was just kind of fanning around and it was kind of windy. So I think it blew them off, but it's okay. Next time, I'll be happy to get one. I guess I'm disturbing the neighbor's dog, so. And my apples are getting bigger and bigger. Oh, I see an apple fell off. No. I had counted up like 23 apples. One just fell off, so 22, y'all. I'm gonna get in here and water. Maybe because the soil is dry, so get in there and water that while I'm out here. So let me do that really quick because I can't lose no more apples, y'all. I was gonna get the garlic going, but I'm just gonna get my trees watered up back here because it was a little bit warm yesterday. I think it was like 84, and in California, depending on where you are, that can be a little warm. So, and all of these trees are in direct sunlight. There's no shade over here. So, let me get these babies watered up. And probably this comfrey over here is taking up everything. You see how much she has spread it out in here. The comfrey has really spread it out. But that comfrey is such a good fertilizer. It really has been helping my tree. I think initially, how many apples have I gotten off this tree? I'm going to say maybe 6 since I had it. And now to see like 20 something apples is amazing. So, especially since I moved the tree from where it was. You guys know I had all my trees kind of like on the patio area and they were all really close together. They were in containers but really close together, so probably the air quality was not good. They didn't really have enough space to spread out. And so now that they are sitting on the soil back here, the roots are able to travel down from underneath the bottom of the container as well, so they are liking that. So trying to get those watered up, and I may have to get that garlic in later because I'm gonna have to start getting dressed in a little bit. I have a family member that is in the hospital and not doing well, and so we have to go see about her. So, and we're trying to get over there early. Yep, The soil is probably really dry. So you know you watered it up good, you guys, when you see the water coming out from underneath the bottom of the container, if you have them in containers. It's all kinds of stuff trying to come up in this soil over here. I have to get after these weeds again. We had a bunch of vines back here when we had the trees in, before we cut all these trees out of the ground. And some of those vines, it's so hard to get rid of those. And plus, some of them are coming from next door. So, can't do nothing about that. But the ones that pop up in my yard, I've been trying to be diligent about cutting those out as soon as I see them. And then I need to get some more mulch and put out here before the winter months really kick in. So I will be doing that, but I have time. Probably maybe need to put a little bit, excuse me, losing my voice, a little bit more, a little bit of fertilizer on here. So maybe I'll get some 511 on these trees that are fruiting. Okay, get some water on this one too. Try not to knock my beans off. I have some bean plants around this one. Thank you, Chris. You have a wonderful day as well. Thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate you. Just getting a little water around this one. The peach and nectarine, they are pretty much, they're done. So I don't really worry about watering those as much. I will water them, but I don't really worry about them too much right now. I'll give them a good fertilization probably somewhere around December, January, because I know we'll be going into the spring shortly after that, and that'll get those started. This one is that plum. You see, I have a container inside of a container because I'm going to repot this one. So this one is going in a 20 gallon. Right now it's in a 15, but this is a full-size plum tree. So if I want to see anything happen with it, you see how big it is already. This one is pretty big. Let's see. So I have to get that one up potted. There's foliage coming in at the bottom. So I gotta get that going. See, all the birds are out, y'all. Get some water on these. This is the peach and nectarine. I will give it a good little water, and then I probably won't water these again probably for maybe a week or two. I don't water these often. These, most likely, I'm going to come in and cut these side branches off. I usually prune those up because that little joker there will get wild. I think this is a dwarf honey babe. This one right here. That's a dwarf honey babe. The one I'm watering now is a little dwarf nectarine. It's called Nectazy. So that's enough water for that baby. I need to check my lemon over here. The guavas are doing pretty good. Let me see. I think this one, because this one has a lot of sandy soil, so these hold a little bit more moisture. It is a little bit dry, so let me get that going. When the weather cools down a little bit, then you can water a little bit less. Thank you, Miss Destiny. That is absolutely correct. Drop your channel links by typing KAY. I try to put at least a couple of inches of water on these trees when I do water them. And some of these I have beans around them, so I have to water these a little bit more because I have other things in the containers. So I planted bush beans around those to help them out a little bit. This is my little lemon baby. It's been doing really good. This one is dry also, so I'm going to put some water on that one. Takes a while for those lemons to ripen, but it's about 6 lemons on there. Okay, get some water on my little lemon over here. My cherry, it was over here struggling for the longest, but I put some beans around that one. Seems to be doing a lot better. You see all the new foliage that's been coming in at the bottom. Hopefully it continues. I do see a lot of leaves that are going to be coming in on the sides here. So that's good. Once they come in, then I'll start cutting all these dead leaves off. Okay, I see new foliage coming in right here too. So once it comes in, then I will start working on that. But I have some peas at the bottom of this one, and they seem to be doing good. I can't even remember which peas I put in here. I was thinking sugar snaps, but I don't remember. Because a lot of the times I don't label them. So I just drop them in. I figure out what they are when they come up. So just getting a little bit of water on those. I'm hoping to see some cherries in the spring. This one started out so good, and then I don't know what happened. The summer hit, and it just did not do well. So I'm not certain if I should get maybe a shade cloth or something to kind of put up for this one. Because maybe it does not like all that heat and sun. So I guess I will figure that out with the cherries and, well, all these trees really. It is trial and error, you guys. So this is my little pomegranate over here, giving her a little bit of water. All right, got my trees all watered. These bananas, they constantly get watered, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything with those. But I am gonna go grab some garlic and pop in this container here. So let's see, I'll turn you guys this way. I'll be right back. Let me go get some garlic bulbs. I'll be right back. My little doggy is upset. Came out here for a second. She wants to go back in the house. She's so lazy, y'all. She go outside for a few minutes and she ready to go right back in the house and get in the bed. Move, girl. I think I actually had some in the shed that I could have used, but I'm gonna grab one of these bulbs because I bought it to plant and then forgot about them. So, all right. And this is actually one of my favorites. It's kind of a purplish. Can't even remember the variety of garlic, y'all. But typically, I will get the garlic from the grocery store, and let me turn you guys back around this way so I can see the chat. All right. So I have a whole bulb here. I'm gonna start breaking this up and dropping this in the soil. Let's see. Hopefully, you guys can see okay. So usually, just pop them on in. That pointed end, that's the part that stays up, and this portion where it looks like it's a little root at the bottom, that's the part that touches the soil. So I'm going to bury that in. I usually bury mine in maybe like a few inches, and it'll make its way up. So that is one. So I'm going to pop another one in, and I usually will try to space them out a few inches apart or more. I'm also going to put these in between these pepper plants. And you always want to use the biggest cloves that you have. And then I will go ahead and water this in. So I am dropping these in between these peppers. Hopefully they'll ward off some of these garden pests. So These little small ones, I'll pop these somewhere in the garden, but I like to use the biggest ones that I have in hopes that I will get a nice garlic bulb. Even if I don't get the cloves, if I get a nice big bulb, I'm cool with that. It's still going to be some good garlic flavor. So, all right, so I got those popped in. I put them in between and I put some in the middle. I think I'm going to drop one more in the middle. And then I will just water. Let's see. I think the rest of these are pretty small. Yeah, the rest of these are kind of small. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these little smaller ones and just pop those in. And these little ones, I will pop these in somewhere. Country, what's going on? How are you? I was out here planting garlic and watering my trees, sharing my next little project. So it's another car project, or vehicle project, I should say, because it's a truck. But yeah, these are some really small ones. So these aren't that big, but they're definitely going to be planted. So I actually have some space in between these collards over here. So I think I'm going to drop these in there. Turn you guys around. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I put beans in between those. So over here in this bed, this is where I have my collard trees. So I think I'm just going to, let's see, drop some garlic in here. Because why not? I still have some cloves left. So I need to go get some beneficial nematodes. I have been seeing grubs. I don't like that at all. So I'm just popping these cloves in wherever, and they're gonna come up nicely. I made a little bit of space for my little collards to breathe by pruning up the grapevines a bit, so more sun will be touching that soil. So, oh, it's a grub in there, darn it. So I'm gonna see about getting myself over to the big box store, get some beneficial nematodes to try to combat these grubs that I'm seeing, because they will ruin all your plants. They don't seem to be bothering these collards though, but still, I have to get after that because I don't want that to get out of control at all. So I'm just popping these in wherever I can. And let's see, I have one more. Put this one down here. Uh-oh, I turned it the wrong way. Okay. All right, and that is that, y'all. Got some garlic in there. That soil is already pretty moist. Hey, Gilbert. Thank you. I appreciate you popping in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So everything is really doing good. I was surprised. I thought when I pulled those peppers apart, I was thinking, oh goodness, I'm gonna ruin them all. But if you pull them apart gently, they should be fine. I always like to get the the containers that have multiple plants in them. So if I have to get transplants, that's how I do it. So I'm gonna come back over here and get this watered in. Can you do the same thing with your red onions? So with red onions, no. What you have to do is cut that bottom portion off of, when you chop up your onions, the bottom part that has that little root portion. So if you cut like maybe an inch or a little bit less than an inch off that, the bottom of the onion where you just have that little root portion, you can plant that part. But the whole entire onion, no. Your garlic, yes, and the pointed end goes up. The pointed end stands up to the sky, Carol. Look, I got to be real specific with Carol. Love you, Carol. But yeah, only with your garlic, Carol. Yeah, if you plant the whole onion like that, it's just gonna rot. I'm gonna go back in and put some 511 in here because I did put some peppers in here. And you know what? Let me go get a onion bottom so I could show you, Carol, because I do have a couple on the counter. Hold on just a second. I have a couple sitting on the counter right now that I was supposed to pop in. So what better time than now to get it planted up? So let me go in here and grab them really quick. I had that and some eggshells, but I didn't get a chance to grind up all the eggshells. And eggshells are absolutely wonderful for your garden. You just have to grind them up. Okay, so it looks like I have 3 of them. So I have to figure out where I'm going to put those. So let's see. And then I'll show you, look, they already started growing just a little bit. So even if you don't get like a whole onion, you could still use the green tops. So here it is. So when you chop up your onion, you see that bottom part that has the root on it. You just cut a little bit, and then you keep this part of the onion, and you can put this part, the bottom part where the root is, that goes down into the soil. So as you can see, it started growing just a little bit. Don't worry about the moldy part. That's going to be all right. So I actually have 3. You can see the roots on this one really good. So let's see where we're going to pop these in. I think I'm going to pop these in on this side. This is actually where I had space. I was going to put the garlic over here. I had put some onion bulbs in here before, but look what happened, y'all. My blackberry bush decided that it was going to, um, of course, country, the blackberry bush decided that it was going to rest on the soil. Y'all see what happened? It's stuck in there now. So what I'm going to do is just cut it, and I'm just going to let that blackberry keep going. So I'm just going to drop these in the soil just like that. Hopefully you guys can see. Hopefully I'm not blocking the view. I'm just dropping these in. It's a grub in there. No grubs allowed. I'm going to give that to my chicken. Okay, I got space right here. Just going to drop that in. Then I have one more. I'm going to drop that one in. And then water it in and you're good. Blackberries root real easily, you guys. So you see how that happened? I'm like, darn it. But it will be another nice little blackberry bush. So, and that blackberry bush is actually very plentiful and very delicious. You have red onion. Oh, you have red onion seeds. Oh, so if you have red onion seeds, Carol, yeah, you could just pop them in. Just pop, you can pop them in the soil. It's probably going to take about a month for them to get going. And this is actually a good time to get them started. I actually have some red onion seeds myself, and I popped them in one of my garden beds, and I got impatient because nothing came up. And I said, watch all the onions start popping up. I actually put them in here initially all around the edges of this container or raised bed, and they didn't germinate. So I said, okay, I'm planting other stuff in here. So that's what I did. I said, watch them start coming up in the spring. But that's all right, because some of this stuff will be done. So in here, I was sharing this bed too, because y'all, this is the one I planted with you guys. What was it, last weekend? So it's some red mustard, some um, chives, and I put a yellow bell pepper in the middle. And then last night I had started all these seeds for bush beans, so I just kind of put the bush beans in between these plants. Look, I maximize all my space, y'all. So that one seems to be doing really good. And in this container right here, I had one of these containers that I had spinach in, and so I used it to start my seeds. So I just put some holes in here, and this acts as a little greenhouse. It's still a couple of more beans in here, and so I was waiting for those to get going. I can see that they have gotten started, but they have not emerged from the soil yet, so I'm gonna give them a little bit more time. But once they do come up, then I'm just gonna go ahead and take those out and plant them somewhere in the garden. And then I'm gonna start my other seeds, because I had bok choy and something else. I think bok choy, I had, what was it, bok choy that I wanted to start, and and the red onion seeds. So I do have a few window boxes over here on the side. So once they do come up really good, then I'll probably go ahead and get those planted. But let me get my watering can so I can get these peppers going, because it's almost 8 o'clock and I got to get going, because I told you I got to go see about a family member that's in the hospital. So I got to hurry up and get myself together. But I've been on here close to an hour. So that is good. I'm going to go ahead and get my 511 if I can remember where I put it. Oh, here it is. So this stuff is really good for your plants. Shawnee, what's going on? How are you? I had to get some peppers started, Shawnee. I forgot about this little raised bed over here too. That's another city picker that I have. So I actually could have put some stuff in there. The funny thing is I did have onions and stuff in there, and oh, now they're starting to come back up. But the doggone caterpillar worms were eating my onions. I was like, look, you would think that they wouldn't like the onions. They were eating the onions, you guys. So now they're kind of leaving them alone. I see a weed back in there, so I need to pull that out. But I see the onions coming up, so I will probably put some garlic and stuff in there too. I just have to, let's see, if you have something sticky on it, you might have aphids. So if it's like a sappy, sticky something on your peppers, yeah, you need to get that off. 9 out of 10, you probably have aphids, because aphids love pepper plants. I will get those sometime. That was another reason why I had my peppers covered with that little hooded contraption, and I'm getting ready to cover them again, because yeah, they will eat your stuff up. I need to find something to stir this with. Let's see. My 511 is thick, y'all, but that stuff is expensive, so it is not going to waste. Stir it up. I need to go get me some more stakes because I only have two. And I have all those pepper plants. So this is another good one too. This is seaweed extract. Somebody told me about this one in my chat before. So I really like this one. This one is a little bit lighter than your 511, but it really works well too. Liquefied natural kelp. This one is a good one. Yep, get those aphids off. Yep, seaweed is awesome. All right, I'm gonna get these babies planted in. I had already put nutrients in this soil last night. It's just usually when I pull plants, I try to let the soil rest a little bit because you never know what's in the soil. And since I pulled those other peppers out of here, although they were not riddled with like bugs and anything because they had been covered, still, them insects will find their way in. This plant wants to lean a little bit, so I think I'm definitely going to go ahead and stake that one right now. And then I'll just have to go pick up some more stakes. Hopefully I'll get to do it sometime today. If not, I'll get it done throughout the week sometimes. I'm sure I'll stop by a Home Depot or something. But I want to get this one up so she won't be leaning like that. Let's see. Gotta find my little snippers. I like that little Velcro wrap. This works so good. I love using this. Yep, that seaweed definitely helps. Yep, it's a little bit lighter than that 511, so it definitely will help. Damari, hey there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I had my cam turned in a different direction, so I couldn't really see the comments. I appreciate you guys being here. I just wanted to get these staked up just a little bit so I won't be leaning so much. I probably should have put the stake on the other side. Let's see. All right, she'll be all right. And then I think I'm gonna do this one since this one is another. Well, you know what? I'm gonna put this one over here only because I do have that hood that I still want to put it over. So I wanted to kind of lay on top of these stakes. So, and then I'll just get some more later. I forgot all about that when I was at Home Depot last night. I'm sure I have something around here that I could stake with. Unfortunately, I have no more trees back here, so I can't even pull a branch off a tree. So, yeah, Carol, I'll just say they're gonna be okay. You know, it is what it is. So, alrighty. I will put my little cloth back up here because I don't want nothing eating up my peppers before they even get started good. And plus, it's gonna be, I think it says 77 or 79, so that's gonna be hot. And since I'm just getting these planted, I don't want them to get beat up today. So I'll probably put a little bit more water on it. Oh, my grapevine is in the way. open that up a little more so I can get it on there. These are actually really big. So let's see. Okay, there we go. So I wanted them to kind of sit on top of the stake so they're not laying on my plants. But I'm gonna attach it on the side here, because if it gets windy, it'll just fly off. We don't want that. All right. It won't sit on there perfectly, but it'll sit on there good enough to keep them covered and protected. So, and that worked out really, really well for my shishito peppers. So, yep. And then it has a little zipper in the front, so I can just open it up and water from there. So I love those. Usually when I have beds that I'm planting something small in, I will use those because it kind of covers my raised beds perfectly. Yes, I cut some of it last night. I didn't want it to go into shock, so I left a little bit, but I'm gonna cut that over there. But yeah, you see this? These are the grapevines, and normally they would have already started dying off, but as you can see, it's putting out new foliage. So, and it looks like it's getting ready to flower again. So I don't know what's happening, y'all. I just kind of go with the flow. So we're gonna see, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna prune those back. So maybe I have to give it a little bit more time before I actually prune it back. So we're gonna see. Hey, Hans, how are you? You said the bugs are killing your brassicas. Yes. And that was the reason why I got these little hooded contraptions, because even my onions in here, the caterpillar worms were eating all my onions. So now they're starting to come back in. So we're going to see how that goes. But most likely I'll add some more garlic or onions or something to that, because I only see 1, 2, 3, 4 onions coming up in there. So, and I had planted a lot of onions in there. So yeah, these little nets really do help. So let me see the brand. I got these on Amazon too. Let's see. Viva Sun. So I got those on Amazon. And I think my raised beds are like 4 by 4. And these are actually really big. And it covers the 4 by 4 raised beds that I have. And that's the ones that are over on this side. Just so you can gauge the size. Sorry for bouncing you guys around. Hold on. I was supposed to be off here already, y'all. Let's see. So these raised beds right here, that is 4 by 4. I hope you guys can see it. It's a bunch of stuff still in there. So they cover up that whole raised bed. So if you have something, I mean, it's always a way to get it to stay on anyway, because this contraption is, this little container here is it's half of a 50-gallon drum, so it's obviously not 4 by 4, but see, I made it stay there. You just kind of put some stakes in there, and so it's not laying directly on your plants, and just kind of attach it at the bottom there, and it'll stay up. So, but they definitely work. And these raised beds too. I have a little bit smaller one. I think these are the smaller ones. I can't remember the size on those, but it's a little bit smaller than that 4 by 4. Um, oh, see my little hummingbird friend popping on through. But those fit over these raised beds here. I can't remember the dimensions on those, but these are my raised beds that are, I know these are about 4 feet tall. I just don't remember the exact dimensions for the actual bed. So, but it covers it really good. So anyway, you guys, let's see. You said you feed your garden compost tea later on. Oh, okay. And pluck off the damaged leaves. Yes. So for these grapevines, I typically will fertilize those. Um, I do them twice. So I'll do it probably around December, January, and it'll carry me pretty much through the whole season. And I mean, they do really good. So, um, oh, it's over there on the feeder, the little hummingbird, trying to drink me some water. But anyway, I got to get out of here, y'all. Go get dressed, get out of here, go see about my family member. And I will catch you guys next time. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit the notification bell so that you know when new content has been uploaded. I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so very much, and I will see you guys next time. You said you have a big roll of screen from Lowe's, and we'll make a cover for mine. I get that. Yeah, definitely. Whatever you have to do to protect your plant babies, look, we just have to do that. So, anyway, I'm going to start cleaning up my little mess that I made out here and do a quick chicken house cleaning. And then I'm going to take myself inside and start getting dressed. But look, before I get off here, real quick, look at this African blue basil. It is going crazy. So, it loves this cooler weather. The lettuce is doing really good in here. I need to harvest some. That is the butter crunch lettuce. And it looks like on my last live stream, I was talking about putting these Thai long beans out because they weren't doing anything. And I guess they got the memo because look, there's a bean right there. And I saw another one pop in. I said, oh, y'all knew y'all were getting kicked out. Because look, I don't have time for no plants that ain't producing, wasting my soil, water, nutrients. But anyway, y'all. All right. Holla, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Everyone have an amazing day. Get out there and grow some, y'all. And also, if you want to drop your channel link, I'll give it another couple of minutes. Drop your channel link by typing KAY. So anyone that's not connected with you, they will be able to connect with you. So I will give you guys a couple of minutes. And while you guys are dropping your channel links, I will get this water hose rolled up over here. Put a little bit more water on my papaya plant. These are growing really good too, these papayas. All right, beautiful people, I am disconnecting now. Bye.